Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amen.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Claspi. It's nice to see you this afternoon.
Okay, take your seat.
Thank you, Ma'am.
One who are absent.
Rodel Calago, Ryan Caro, Kenneth Martin Sarena, and Eric Basa.
Okay, so there are 4 students who are absent from the group 1. How about the group 2?
Antonino Balendres, Lemuel Blanco, and John Lloyd Ochibi.
Okay, so there are 3 absent. So all in all, 7 students are absent from this class. Okay, so what is our lesson yesterday? Lovely.
Our last topic talked about computer peripherals or computer devices.
Easy. So any question from computer peripherals or computer devices? Okay, so since you don't have any questions, so let us proceed to the new topic. So before going through, I want you to sing a song. Okay, do you know how to sing watermelon, watermelon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so watermelon. So instead, we are going to use the watermelon. You change it into computer. And then banana into keyboard. Then, papaya into keyboard. Then banana into monitor and mouse. And then fruit salad into CPU. Okay, everybody sing. And the tune of watermelon. 1, 2, 3.
Go computer, keyboard, keyboard, monitor and mouse, CPU, CPU. Go computer, keyboard, monitor and mouse, CPU.
Okay, let us clap our hands. So since you are mentioning the word computer, keyboard, mouse, monitor, that is all computer devices. Okay, so I have here many things, or what can you say about the things I have here in front? This one.
Wires.
Wires. How about this one?
CPU.
Okay, so what is CPU? What is CPU? What is CPU? Janice. What is CPU?
CPU, Central Processing Unit.
Okay, so CPU is Central Processing Unit. Do you know what are at the back of the CPU? Okay,
Kinds of ports, ma'am.
okay, so there are ports in the back of the CPU. Each group will be given 15 minutes to do their task. At the same time, each group will prepare a yell or a cheer dance during the performance here in front of your classmates. Okay? So time starts now. Hey. Fried and fine.
To the masters to make it. This is our the main power cord. It is waiting for power cord.
One sentence na. Parallel.
The headset or the speaker. This is PS2 port. This is a simple 6-pin and that is a low-speed serial connection commonly dedicated to a mouse and keyboard. This is S.
Power cord is the most important cord because it connects the computer to the main source of electricity to make it functional. USB. USB or universal serial bus is intended for USB ports. This type of jack is intended of the audio and microphone port.
This printer cable jack is intended to the parallel port.
On the left is the LAN or the local area. Serial device cables and disconnect computers to LAN or local areas for networking, especially Ethernet. Those are the ports that can be used and offer high level of video performance.
Wala lagi po sa likod.
This is PS2 port. This is a simple system and it is low speed serial connection and commonly dedicated to a keyboard and mouse. This is SSD port. It is used to display devices and offer high level of video performance. It is audio port. It is used to intended for plugging the speaker or headset. And this is the LAN or the local area port. This is often used for several types of cables and used to connect the computer to the Ethernet.
Sa computer na daw. Sa printer sa CPU. This is USB or Universal Serial Bus. It is intended to USB port. This type of jack is intended of the audio or microphone port.
Give 5 minutes more left.
We are the B-E-S-T among the R-E-S-T. We are the best among the rest. Among the rest, we are the best. To make yours move. P-O-R-T-S words. P-O-R-T-S words. P-O-R-T-S words. P-O-R-T-S words. P-O-R-T-S. 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 O-R
Please give them a round of applause. Okay, ready? Everybody listen to the group one.
4, 3, go, start.
H-O-T-O-G-O, H-O-T-O-G-O. Connectors broke, I had to go. Aha, aha, I had to go. Aha, aha, I had to go. We are the E-S-T among the R-E-S-T. We are the best among the rest. Among the rest, we are the best. Connectors group.
Okay. So, where are your connectors? Everybody listen to their report. Uy, kamu connector.
Okay, this is USB.
Everybody listen to the group connector.
This is USB plug or universal serial bus. It is intended to USB port.
Okay, so USB connector. Next, this is jack. This type of jack is intended of the audio or microphone port. This is the RG45. RG45 stands for register jack since it is a standardized networking interface. This is a printer cable jack. It has 25 pins. It is intended to the parallel port.
This is power cord. Power cord is the most important cord.
Okay, so the connector. Another question about connector. Okay, take your seat connectors. Give them a round of applause. Okay, so let us hear from the group. So which is the cord group? Okay, clap your hands. Let's go.
kind of ports. First port is the serial port. Serial port intended for a serial type mouse and older camera. This is parallel ports. This is only for old modern ports. This is the VGA port. It is used to connect monitors. It has 15 pins and it is a female port.
This is a USB or universal serial bus. It is used to connect model printers, pen drives, and cell phones. And it has 4 pins.
This is the PS2 port. PS2 port, it is a simple 6 pin.
It is a low-speed serial connection and commonly dedicated to a keyboard and mouse.
This is power port. It's intended for power cord.
This is S-video port. It is used to display devices and offer higher level video performance.
This is the audio port. It is used to intended or flagging for the speaker or headset. And the last but not the least, the LAN or the local area networking port. It is often used for terminating twisted pair types of cables and used to connect computers into LAN or local area networking, especially Ethernet. That's it. Okay, so clap your hands to the group 2 or the port. Group. So, any questions? Okay, from the connector group, do you have question about the port? Okay, port group, do you have any question from the connectors? None. Do you understand? Do you get the lesson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so no more questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so before I am going to have a short quiz, I want you to see a video about setting up computer set.
Are you having trouble setting up your computer? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Don't worry, take a deep breath. You already have everything you need, you just need to put it together. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to set up a desktop computer. First, you'll want to unpack everything from the box and remove any plastic covering or protective tape. Think about where you want your workspace to go and how you want the different components to be arranged. Now's the time to decide before you start plugging things in. Next, we're going to connect the monitor. If you have an all-in-one computer where everything is built in, for example an iMac, you can skip this step. Otherwise, locate your monitor cable, which should look something like this. It might be blue to make it easier to identify, or it might be a slightly different shape. It just depends. Now find the monitor port on the back of your computer case and plug the cable in. Most cables are designed to fit a certain way, so if it's not working, don't force it. Make sure you have the right one, then tighten the screws to fix it in place. When you're done, connect the other end to your monitor. Now it's time to plug in your keyboard and mouse. For your keyboard, take a look at the cable. If it has a round PS2 connector, plug it into the purple port on the back of the case. If it has a USB connector instead, you can use any of the ports you see here. The same goes for your mouse. If it has a light green PS2 connector, use the color-coded port. If it has a USB, plug it in here. You can also use the USB port on your keyboard if your keyboard has one. If you have a wireless mouse or keyboard, it's going to work a little differently. Some connect using technology that's built into your computer, others need an adapter. You may want to read the instructions that came with your wireless mouse or keyboard to find out how it works. At this point, you should plug in your speakers or headphones if you have some you want to use. Just look for the audio port on the front or back of your computer case. Many computers have color coding here too. The green port is for speakers or headphones. The blue port is what we call the line in, which can be used with other types of devices. Some speakers, headphones, and microphones have USB connectors instead of the usual audio plug. These can be plugged into any USB port. Finally, it's time to connect the power supply cables and plug the computer in. Your computer should have come with two of these. One goes with your monitor, and the other plugs into the back of your computer case. Now plug both cables into a surge protector. If you don't have one, you can plug the cables directly into the wall. However, this is not recommended. A power surge can damage your computer if it's not plugged into a surge protector. When you're ready, plug the surge protector into a regular outlet. If yours has a power switch, you may need to turn it on. That's all there is to it. Pretty simple, huh? It sure is. Now you can take a minute to make sure you're happy with your workspace, then turn your computer on.
video implies a very clear definition of the ports and connectors. So, no more question. No more. Okay, so get one per sheet of paper. So let us clap our hands. Clap and Shigaret for getting highest in our short quiz. Okay, for your assignment, advanced study on setting up computer because tomorrow we're going to have an application for what you have learned today. It's all about ports and computers. Okay, so that's all for today. Everybody stand. Okay, goodbye class.